cool. Okay, Marky. Let's need to get rid of these things. Bang. Um, Actually, I need that terrain. Yeah, I need that. I'll put that there for now. Need to make some room here. Bang. All right. Probably. And I wouldn't care, to be honest. If not, oh well. Hey, Barbie. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, Lucky. Just making my cup of coffee here. If you hear the machine in the background, I just got back from the city. I had to take my mom to the city. It's her birthday today. I'm not making lunch. Lucky, it's still breakfast time here. I haven't even had breakfast today because I woke up late. I was really tired, so I woke up late and then I took my mom to the city and I just got back. So I'm gonna make breakfast in a bit. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna make some. I just gotta wash my dishes first and just chill. I tried to get I tried to get breakfast in the city, but it's a fucking madhouse there. No park, no nothing. Oh, nice. I wanted to get breakfast in the city at my favorite place, but there was no parks there, nothing at all. And I was like, oh well, it's not meant for me to get breakfast today. I'll make my own. I knew I had to come home and do my dishes and then make my own dinner, my own lunch. I mean, my own breakfast shit. So I was like, oh well, I didn't really want to because I'm tired, but I was like, fuck it, I'd rather make my own anyway. No, I didn't do any errands with my mom. I said I took my mom to the city. It's her birthday. See, you're deaf. See, everything I say goes in one ear and comes out the other ear because you want to hear what you want. And I prove it every time. See? Yes, I know what you did. I don't want to see that damn woman. I don't know why you sent me that shit in the first place. That's the last person I want to see. Sending me pictures of that hoe. It's not your fault. I knew you still had her anyway. I just had to prove it. I know you love her. I know you know that she might contact you one day and apologize for everything she's done to you. I know you have hope in people like that, especially her. That's good. I know that's your excuse. That's your excuse. Yeah. Barbie, you said I'm going to crawl out of my ass out of bed and make a coffee. Yeah. I wish I could make you one, Barb. I have my coffee right here. I got my coffee right here. It's hot. I'm going to go add my sugar and my milk to it right now because you just reminded me I made it. If I'm going to sit here and talk and wash my dishes, it's going to go cold. Sorry, Lucky. I know you love her. I know you want to be cool with her again. It's okay. You ain't got to explain. I know you guys are BFFs for a long time. I knew you had her on there because for you to get the notification, that means you ain't blocked her. No. Can't lie to me. You know you wish that she would contact you and say, hey, Lucky, I want to apologize for everything I've done. I'm repenting for 2026 and I'm going to talk to you. And I know Mark's never going to forgive me, but at least I can get you back. I need somebody to talk to. Lucky, please, you're my friend. I know. But see, now you blocked us, so that's good. Took you long enough. Yeah. All these excuses. I deactivated it. Yeah, but you didn't block her before you deactivated it. Because you had hope. You had hope and dreams to get back of your BFF forever. Best fake friend ever. I know, it's okay. Yeah, I'm funny, all right. I know how it is. I know you love her. I don't miss anything about her, or I don't miss her, and I don't miss anything about what happened in the past. But we used to have like a pretty cool like bunch of people. It was her, me, you, Elizabeth, the other jackass before he went crazy. Um, and we had like a lot of other people around. You know, like when we were all hanging out in Chris's room, and then we would go hang out in each other's room afterwards. That was cool times. That was good things. But see, those things don't last forever. You know why? Because everybody runs their mouth and they talk about each other and they do stupid shit and they dream and they fucking don't live in reality. That's the whole problem with all of those freaks. And the only person that I associate with still is Elizabeth. That's it. But she never did anything wrong to me. She helped me a lot. So I would never disrespect her, and she's never disrespected me. So that's the only person I still have on my Instagram, and I still speak to every now and then. She's like one of the first people to give me condolences from my dad and my dog. She's still a very nice person. She still cares to even reach out. She's still doing her thing. I don't question her or ask her why she don't come in my room. I don't really care. Like, it's just everybody moves on. As long as we're still friends and we're cool, that's all that matters to me. So that whole era of people are all gone. All gone. I don't really speak to anybody else from that era and have them on my social media and all cool with them and shit. Like I said, there's you, Virgo, Barbie. There's a few people, that I still speak to. Ninja, Star Lord Tarot, and her husband Tony. All those people are all still my friends. But I don't speak to anybody else pretty much. I speak to Val. Val has been there since day one too. Val's a good friend. I just speak to all the people that's never disrespected me. That's all. That's how I want to keep it. And all of those people, there was a woman named Sandy. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember Sandy. She was a Sagittarius, and her and I were pretty cool on Chris's live. Her name was Sandy. That was her handle, Sandy whatever. And she was in there every single day with all of us. And when all this shit went down in Chris's room, she took their side, and she was like telling me that I'm fucked up and I'm this and I'm that, and I say things and I say offensive things, and I'm like, okay, I can see that you're being sensitive and you're taking the bad side and you don't know the whole story, so I'll leave you be. I never really argued with her. She was an older chick, right? She was older than all of us. And well, so she says. I don't know. I never really saw her profile picture. I never really knew who it was. She was just somebody. She was a Sagittarius. I know that. But she was cool with all of us. She was like a part of the family. She was everywhere we went. She wasn't really, significant or did anything. She wasn't a mod or anything like that. But she was always up Chris's ass, and she loved Chris. So I was like, okay, you can have him, bye. Smell you later. And then look how that worked out. Now he doesn't even do lives that much. And I haven't seen her since. One time she commented on my live and said, "Oh, hey Mark, hope all is good," and all this bullshit. I never responded to her because I caught her talking shit about me in the chat. She was saying how I say things and I'm fucked up and I offend people. If I say something and it offends you, then don't come around me no more. I have a mind of my own. I'm going to say things. Sometimes I say things and it's going to offend somebody, but that's just the way I talk. I'm not offending people every day. There's some times where I'm going to get mad and I'm going to say something. Sometimes I apologize and sometimes I don't. Because a lot of these people, they act like they want to be my parents or they're my fucking, my guardian. They have to tell me what to do and I have to do what they want. Man, fuck you. I'm getting 49 years old in a month. I don't need you to be telling me what the fuck to do or what to say. I have a mind of my own. Do I do that to you? No. So back then, it was a lot of bullshit that I had to deal with in that room. Because, well, his parents, his mom was cool, But the dad ruined everything. He came in there and took over the whole chat room, and he made it like a Sunday church type of thing where no one can swear, no one can swear, no one can talk about D and sex and shit like that. And I told Chris, I said, this is a bad idea because he's ruining like what this channel became is a open, speaking, talking shit, having fun. But see, they didn't want that. See, so he got jealous. Typical Leo. He got jealous that, I was running shit and I was the head mod and I was running the channel and I was helping him, So the dad came and he ruined everything. He pretty much pushed me out of there. And then he would act like he's my friend at the same time. He was so two-faced. His wife never did anything. I don't have nothing against her. I can't even remember her name, but she never did anything to me. It was more him. It was more that idiot. And I'll call him an idiot because that's what he is. Because he ruined that channel. Nobody wanted to go in there no more. And then he would come in my channel. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. All right, cool. He would come in my channel afterwards, He would come in my channel and he would say, "Hey Mark, how you doing? Just stopping by. Great to see you, brother." And I'm like, little do you know, I know exactly what you're about, bro. Because people don't even realize that we were all on social media, on Facebook and all that shit. And a lot of my friends, they had my back. They would say, "Hey, look, son, that I don't want to say his name, but him, he was talking shit about you. He messaged me to say that, he's literally indirectly trying to like change the channel and make it like, this and that." And I'm like, well, he's about to ruin his son's channel. And he did. He ruined everything. It never was the same. It was okay for about a couple months. And that's it. It went all to shit. All because of him. He came in there and within 6 months later, it was all fucked. It went completely to shit because I left. And when I left, everybody was like, oh, fuck. If Mark left, something's wrong. And I left. They all came in my room afterwards, tried to be all cool with me and shit, act like we were all cool. No. We weren't cool at all because, you guys know what you did. You all know what you did. You indirectly disrespected me on purpose so you can have some type of weirdo power that you thought you had. Without me, that channel was fucking nothing, and you know it because I made that channel what it was. I bring pure people over there. Honestly, Lucky, I don't know if he is or isn't. I don't have proof of that. I don't really care, to be honest, if he is or isn't. And he kind of has those type of ways. He kind of came off. He never really said, he always talked about women. So I don't know if he was like that. And I don't really care if he is. But even if he was, I had nothing against him as a person. I still don't really have nothing against him because at the end of the day, he took family side, right? He didn't take my side. He didn't want to listen to me. He'd rather listen to his dad. And I can see that his dad was running his life and running his channel. So I was like, well, you and your dad can have this life. Goodbye. And that's exactly what happened. That's the truth. So like I said, I don't have anything personally against him. And I don't really care what he does or what he says or whatever he does right now. I really could give a flying fuck, to be honest. But at the end of the day, I know what I did was right. I helped him. Read for him plenty of times. A lot of people complained about him to me and said that he was like, charging all this money for readings and nothing was happening. Nothing was coming true. So he stopped doing private readings at one point because he knew that he wasn't accurate and he knew he weren't getting anywhere. Which sucks because I tried to show him how to deal with everything. But when you don't have God in your heart, when you don't believe in God, you can't really get the answers. I've expressed that to a lot of people, but nobody listens to me. They just hear me talk. That's why I tell people lots of times, in order to be a real psychic, you got to really believe in God. You got to really believe in your spirit. You're the people that are past and gone. They're the ones that's going to help you get to where you need to go. But if you don't do that, you're not going to get any answers. But when I talk like that, it's like a crime. People don't believe me. So fuck you. You don't believe me, you don't want to do it, then you're not going to be a good psychic. You're not going to be answering these questions. And when you don't get the answer from somebody, that means you're doing something wrong. So it's all up to you. Everybody reflects on their own answers. But I don't know anything. I've just been doing this forever. The problem is with him is he'd rather do like readings, like the sign readings. He was good at that. He was good at the signs readings. Like when he would do like all the signs, people would be like, oh yeah, that's my situation right now, bro. Yeah. That's one thing I'll give him. He was good at that. He was good at doing all the signs. He was good in explaining the tarot. Like I said, I don't have nothing against him. He was actually he was like a little brother to me. And I just wanted to help him because I thought that he was shy and, and stuff like that. He didn't really have any real help. So when I got there, I just went out of my way to help him. I didn't care if he was gay or straight or whatever. At the time, I just said, yeah, there's pure women in here. I'm good. So I met a lot of people in there that helped me and still are my friends till today. I met so many people on that channel and I brought so many people over there. I had so much fun, man. Everybody looked forward to it. And the channel grew more and more every day, And I used to promote him in my room. He used to do the same for me. That's why I don't really have nothing against him, because at the end of the day, he did help me, He helped me build my channel too. Indirectly, he sent people to me because he didn't do mediumship, but he would send people to me. I read for him plenty of times. But some people will come to me and say, look, this guy, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why you sent me to him. And I stopped recommending him because he was getting a bad reputation from doing readings. People were literally telling me like he's no good. And I was like, well, sorry to hear that, but at least I tried. I tried to help the guy, but it wasn't working. So long story short, I did my part. I have nothing really against him as a human being, and he didn't really do me wrong. He just got caught up with his dad, and his dad tried to run his life. So I'm sure he probably regrets all that now, but it's not my problem. I really could care less what he does and where he is or what he's doing right now. It ain't my problem. Exactly, Barb. Yep. Barb, she was there. That's why I love you, Barb. You're always there, I know, certain things happen and stuff. And, I never wanted to, I explained this many a times to a lot of people because a lot of people wanted to know why we fell out. And I told them. I said, the dad fucking ruined everything. And the other person that ruined everything was that weirdo and his girlfriend. I'll say their names, Casey and Leon. They ruined that channel too. Because Casey would come in there and buy people readings and shit. And she would buy readings for him. And see, she was their bread and butter, right? Yeah, they are. They are still together. Yeah. Yep. Somebody told me about them the other day. I didn't even want to know, but they told me. They're like, "Hey, you remember that guy?" You know, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, he's still together at that weirdo." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Probably weird people usually stick together." So yeah, they also ruined the channel too. They also ruined the channel by doing all that shit. Yeah, Barb, those assholes. They pretty much ruined the channel. Between him, her, and the other, and the father, they ruined it. And it's pretty sad, you know, because everything was really cool before they came. Really, really sad. But oh well, such is life. Such is life, man. You know, I did what I had to do. I did everything for that guy and his channel, and then I said, you know what, it's time to start my own because everybody was getting mad because those idiots were coming in there and they were ruining everything. They were buying everybody's love. KC was super chatting everybody, and people were fucking her over big time because people will come in there on purpose. Oh, I've had a bad day. Oh my gosh. She'd be like, oh, sweetheart, it's okay. I'm gonna super chat a question for you right now. Chris, help this poor little person. So people were like getting in there to fuck her over one time. They used her for her money. It was so funny. I was like, yeah, you guys can't see this shit. You know, you guys gonna, and she would go around saying, one time she came in the chat and says, you guys think I should buy an Audi or a Ferrari? You know, so she was rich, right? She's filthy rich. So, but I fucked them all over in the end. I got them all back. You know, I don't feel sorry for her. Fuck that hood. You know, and yeah, exactly. And then one time, right? She came to me on the side because she knew that me and her boyfriend wasn't, you know, speaking to each other, and we guys didn't like each other no more. So I'll never forget. She emailed me because I blocked her. So she emailed me and she begged me to read her mediumship because her dad passed away and she wanted a mediumship reading. So I gave her one, right? On an email. And my words to her were, I should not read you, right? And she had paid me and everything. I said, yeah, I'm going to take her money. I'm going to read her, you know, and I'm going to go about my business. So one day, like I said, I read her dad, and she thanked me so much and said, you know, I like you, Mark, and, you know, I'm sad that all these things have happened and blah, blah, blah. She tried buttering me up to get a reading, and she did, you know. At the end of the day, I read for her, you know. I took her money and I read for her. Who cares? You want to pay me for a reading? Pay me. So anyway, that's when I was doing a lot of mediumship readings. So after that, she was like, that asshole was running his mouth about how he's a medium and how he's the best and he's better than me. He always tried to compare himself to me, but he was nowhere near on my level. He still isn't. Because he don't believe in God because he drinks and he smokes and he's just a piece of shit. He's a drug addict too. Well, he was. I don't know if he is now. I don't care anyway. Fuck him. So one day he was in Secret's room, and he was running his mouth in Secret's room. You know, he was in Secret's room running his mouth saying, "Oh yeah, Mark thinks he's better than me," and you know, I read for all these people on here. I read for the best psychics in the world, and blah blah blah. I'm like, this guy's drunk. He's drunk again. And that's what it was. He was drunk. he would get drunk, he would go online and he'll run his mouth, right? Oh no, Starlight. I'm so sorry to hear that. I was gonna message you yesterday, but I said, well, maybe she found it. That's why she's not saying anything. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you find it. Oh man, that's heartbreaking. I really hope you find it. Yeah, the lamp. That lamp that was like right out because he was like talking too much shit about me, right, Lucky? So and then Spirit slapped the lamp right off his damn desk. That shit was so funny. Everybody was texting me that day. I was working that day. And I was busy and I got all these pings. Ping, 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 ping. You wouldn't believe what happened, Mark. He was running his mouth about you. And the lamp came flinging off, and I put it back and I recorded it on my phone, and everybody sent me the video, like 4 or 5 people sent me the video of him running his mouth because they were recorded. They rewind it back because he didn't take down the live right away. He took it down later on. So. Oh man, Starlight. Yeah, I don't have the video anymore. I deleted that shit. I could care less. He's not in my company. I don't want nothing to do with those people ever again. That guy, he's delusional. He ruined a lot of things. He was jealous. But I remember like what happened. So one day he was in Secret's room running his mouth, and I was watching him, and I was home for lunch at the time. And Secret and I weren't really on good terms. We were like kind of falling out. So then Secret said some shit about me, and then Lisa was in there talking shit about me. They were all talking shit about me. So I wasn't blocked, but I got blocked that day. And I went in there and I said, it's amazing how you guys talk shit about me, but all of you come for me for readings. And even your girlfriend came for me for a reading. You claim you're a medium. Why you can't read for your own girlfriend? And then I got zapped out of there. They zapped me out and they bashed me even more the next day. It was funny as shit. I was in there watching it all. And I was like, you know what? This shit's fucking hilarious. I said, all these people got readings from me and then bashed me talking shit. Not about the readings, but bashed me as a person. It was the funniest shit ever. But, people caught on. People caught on to it. Yeah, Starlight, but let's hope Poppy isn't gone. Let's hope somebody found her. Somebody will bring her back to you. You should put up like what I told Sophie to do. Put up a flyer for missing dog, you know? So Starlight, you should get a picture of her and print out some papers and put it all over that area. And then when somebody sees it, they might recover. They might have got Poppy in their house. They might be like, shit, I lost. This dog got lost. It was out here. That's how Sophie found her dog. Somebody told her, hey, I got your dog. That's the only other thing I can suggest that you can do. Somebody probably found her and they probably have her in their home. And they're like, oh, well, I'm going to keep this poor little dog. So if I were you, I would do that today. So what I would do is I would do that. You know what, Barb? He would say that all the time. Because he thought that people actually cared about him. He thought that people actually listened to what he would say. He was in his own little world, see? That them drugs were getting to him. And he exposed himself. He went live one day at the beach. He was in his car. He had his son with him. He's talking about his baby mama and all this bullshit. And then next thing you know, bang. He was like, everybody exposed him. I said, yeah, you said you don't drink, you don't do this. He was all drugged up and drunk, crying on live, saying that I had ruined his life and shit. And he doesn't know what to do with himself anymore. He regrets talking shit. And I was like, yeah, you fuck around with me, you're gonna find out, jackass. I told you already, I did nothing but help you. Then you got jealous and drunk and stupid. And you want to go in chat rooms and run your mouth. And then he was threatening into like, he said, oh, I'll come to Bermuda and slap the shit out of you. You're fat. Look at me. I'm this and I'm that. He started to compare like bodies, looks, and all that. And I said, bro, have you looked at your girlfriend lately? I said, bro, have you looked at your girl lately? She's nothing to look at, bro. She's ugly as hell. She's using Snapchat to get her photos better. Yeah, exactly, Barbie. Yeah. I dissed that guy so bad, he broke down in tears because I was destroying him mentally. Like I said, look, bro, you don't want to keep poking me because I'm going to diss you. And I have something on you that you don't have on me. I read for your girlfriend. She came to me. I read for you. You guys ain't read for me. Ain't none of you been right. You know? What you guys talking about? You guys are delusional. And that's when I lost that whole clique. And I was like, thank God I got rid of all these assholes all in one go. Bye. They were all jealous anyway. Your friends have put her on Facebook, Friends in Animal Shelter, and I used to volunteer in animal shelter. She's shared all over Ireland and lost and found dolls. Okay, good. Well, hopefully somebody sees it. But if I were you, I would still do it. You know? Starlight, I would still put like pictures up on like the trees and around your area just in case somebody has her, you know? Because that's how Sophie was in the same predicament. It was days that went by before she got her back because she had done what I told her. She put up a picture of the dog and put it like on this thing, and somebody found it and said, "Oh, I got your dog." And it was like somebody that was next door to her that had her the whole time, but didn't know that was her dog. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you never know. You know what I mean? Somebody could have been walking around there that lives a half an hour away, right? This is just an example. Thank you for the super chat. You don't have to do that, Starlight. You know I take care of you. But thank you anyway. But like somebody could have been walking through that area that lives a half an hour away, and then they could have found Poppy and took her. And then, next time they come back in that area, and they see that post or whatever, they'll be like that, the paper. They'll be like, oh shit, I found this dog here and it belongs to this lady. You never know, I don't feel like she's gone. I still feel she's alive. But it's just a matter of, it was just like Sophie's dog. She always thought that she was gone. I said, no, I don't get that. I don't get that she's gone. I get that, you're going to get her eventually. And it took like 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly. There's new people around, so they don't know. They probably just went there and found the dog and took her, poor sight, It's not your fault. But yeah, I think that's what you can do. That's always a good thing to do, is put like a missing dog paper on trees and all over your neighborhood. Just go for it. Yeah, it was like 2 weeks and she got her because of the paper on the. I kept telling her, have you put the papers up on the neighborhood of the missing dog? No. I said, well, you ain't gonna get her back. You got to do that because that's the only way people are gonna know. And as soon as she did it, 3 days later, bang, she got the dog back. So that's a good thing to do. It's just my suggestion. You can do whatever you want, but I feel like if you do that, it's going to be a positive thing. It'll be like more of a, a visual, thing, like for the person to actually see that dog belongs to somebody. So don't give up, Starlight, and just like try and put a missing sign up everywhere you can. Just make like 10 or 15 copies. And you just get it all, get it, put her out there. You know, it wouldn't hurt. Every little bit counts. You know. Anyway, I just made my breakfast, so I'm gonna go sit down and eat my breakfast, and I'll be back in a bit. All right, guys. Yeah, she's fine. It's just a matter of time. Somebody probably picked her up, and she's a friendly dog, so probably somebody probably took her. She was probably scared, frozen. So somebody probably said, "Let me take this dog, man." You know. But I'm gonna go eat my breakfast, and I'll be back in about maybe an hour or so, or probably earlier than that. I don't know. I have to see how it goes. But I'll be back. All right, guys. Take care.